Hello everyone, Serenetic here and welcome to The Pale Beyond. Now this is a very different game to what I was talking about last time. Last time I was mentioning Miniko Night Market, and the reason I was kind of like, yeah, let's do that game. I thought it was chill, it was a little bit different from the games that we've done before in the past. And I was like, yeah, okay. It seems cool. We'll do it. And then as I was looking into it, because it's so new, I can't see how long it takes to play. And it sounds like there's a lot of foraging that goes on in the game, which I'm kind of in my head, I'm thinking of like Animal Crossing, where it was like, oh yes, you need to collect X amount of wood, and I'm just thinking, how can I make that be nice for you guys to watch, but also in a way that I don't have to edit every inch of what I do, because I don't like editing and I'm not good at it. So basically what I've come up with is we're going to do this game instead. And Miniko's Night Market is actually at EGX. Or was at EGX, because by the time you watch this video, EGX would have been and gone. So I'm going to try it there, and then if I like it, then we'll come back and we'll do it at a later date. Because there's kind of a big gap where there's not too much coming out that I've sort of noticed or had on my radar, so we can always go back and do it whilst it's still fairly new. But yes, today we're going to be playing The Pale Beyond. This game is an 18. I have to warn you all now, the game itself is an 18. YouTube may make me flag this video as for over 18s only. I will keep my commentary and everything the same way that I play all the other games. So in my world, it would still sit as a kind of not meant for kids video, but I don't have to like age restrict it. But we'll see what YouTube thinks as I'm playing it, because it might pick up more on gaming aspects, because sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I was looking on the Nintendo eShop for something to play, because I couldn't find anything jumping on like Steam or Game Pass or anything that would be not quick, but like would be something that I could stretch out to last until some more games come out. And I stumbled across this one. So it came out on the 6th of October. So at the time of me recording this, 4 days ago. And it was on sale. So I was like, you know what? And my friend had given me a gift card last year for Nintendo that I haven't used yet. So I thought, meh, gonna pay for itself. So here we are. Let's get into it. So the aim of the game is to survive for 30, I think it's 32 weeks in the ice on a boat. So X is the bin, I'm guessing. B is back. Okay, B is back. Yeah, let's start a new expedition. I would like, what's classic? Original launch balancing. Normal game balancing. Lower temperature. No. I would like... Do I want normal or classic? I don't know which one I want. I'm going to pause you and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I am back. We're going to go normal. Right. Confirm. Oh, the air bees cold. It looks very cold, to be fair. It's making me feel very cold. Oh, do I have to do something? I do. The air bees cold, of flake and white, as a sailor begs their pledge. The air be cold. We go. Out in the ice. They stake a claim and carve a course ahead. Of glory. Of glory found and forged in frost, so that their tale be spread. A hunger draws the desperate here. It's one that can't be fed. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? Yeah, I'll lead these souls, so help the gods out of the pale beyond. Oh, that's a shipwreck. I will begin the journey in a minute. I just had something come through the letterbox. I'm so sorry. I swear, we only get post when I record. I'll have days where nothing happens. Right, let's begin our journey. Oh, that's a temperance. Okay. Interesting. Crew wanted. Able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. Glory to be had in the event of success. Address overleaf. Oh, it's a metronome. Okay. You're alone in the office. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. Oh, I'll just say it's adequate. I don't drink either. It's perfectly adequate. Looking round the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship in a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. It is insufferable. The constant chime begins to wear at the patience. I won't stop it in case it's important. I'll leave it alone. Oh, it stops by itself. Keep waiting. You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. I will remain standing. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all of your teeth? Open mouth. Bare your teeth to the man. Good. Can never be too careful. The captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. Are you speaking from experience? Oh, our name's Shaw, apparently. How many people have died under your supervision? Yeah, I don't appreciate his line of questioning. You will when you're on the ice. I don't know my backstory. I don't know if people have died. I'm Captain Hunt. Pleasure is mine, Robin Shaw. Oh, name's Robin. Nice. He nods. So what's the job then? I have a few questions first. He looks down at his list of questions. Were you born a landlubber or a sea dog? Oh, do I get to pick? Let's go mix. Muttwash, apparently. If I knew, I'd tell you, but I've been all over, but I'm here now. Ah, Muttwash. Plenty of those joining. Myself included. Military experience? Let's be a merchant. Sailed the merchant lines, 12 years. Very good. What did you trade in? Anything we can get our hands on. He nods. Have you ever fired a weapon? Oh, probably if I was a merchant defending, like, from pirates and stuff. Have you ever killed a man directly or otherwise? Again, that's probably a yes. Let's see. You're not married, are you? I'm gonna go, of course not. Of course not. You better not have a death wish. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving in the first place. Okay. Any less and you're doing yourself a disservice. Months of darkness. Low wages. Slim chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, did it? It's to be expected, surely. I thought it blunt, but it's proven remarkable at weeding out the weak and the pretend. Let me continue. We're here to find the ship in that bottle. Well, it's there. The Viscount. Oh, okay. Heard of it. No, enlighten me. He clears his throat. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition towards the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Ah, they went to the South Pole. Did they? Did they what? Did they complete their research? Oh, yes. I've no idea. She never came back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumed lost to the ice. And we're supposed to be chasing this ship. Exactly. 5 years is a bit late for a rescue operation. They're probably dead. Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. Alright, you have my attention. Captain smiles. Here's what we do know. Not one person or thing has been heard from the Viscount since it first left port. So we're chasing ghosts then. Maybe it's a myth, maybe it isn't. I can assure you the money is real. Those with more money than sense want the old ship. That's the job. Okay, so we're going to get the ship and make lots of money off of it. Nice. If I don't pick the first mate, somebody else will, and, well, my judge of character's gotten me this far. What of our own ship? We'll be travelling on board the Temperance. I don't like the fact that that ship was at the bottom of the water when we opened the game then. She's a beauty. Greenwood. Generational. Not many like it left these days. The Viscount and the Temperance. They're sister ships. Built together. Sent out into this world to die alone. Poetic. Indeed. I like to think one calls out for the other. The captain looks at the bottled ship. So what do you think? Yeah, it sounds like you need all the help you can get. Because I don't think anyone's alive. We will. The captain checks his watch. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. The captain stands up. We leave in a month. Welcome aboard, sure. Proverbially speaking. Don't you need more information? Not if I'm a captain worth his salt. I work with people, not professions. I'd sooner trust a good carpenter than a cruel sailor to save me from drowning. But alas, I'll see you on the Temperance. I've got a good feeling about you, sure. Thank you, Captain. The captain makes his way to the door and you follow. Oh, this is so cool. I'll probably get really scared later. You arrive at the docks a month to the day. Oh, look at the artwork. Before you lies a ship. The letters on its side read Temperance. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of cargo. He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. He's unable to place you. Ah, so all my choices at the beginning actually do count for something. That's quite cool. If I'd picked something else, he probably would have noticed me or known me. May I have your name? I'm Robin Shaw. Oh, of course. That would make you the captain's choice for first mate, correct? I'm Mr. Templeton. I shall be operating as the chief science officer on this expedition. I am also the incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. What did you specialise in? Before I begin, did I mention it's an 18 due to violence? I can't remember. I know I mentioned it was an 18. I can't remember if I mentioned it was for violence. So if you guys aren't great with violence, watch at your own risk, basically. As I say, it might be that YouTube makes me like change the age rating on it and that, but yeah. There's something on my screen that I've not seen before. I just want to know what it is. Apparently there's something... Oh, I get live scores for cricket. Beautiful. I don't do cricket. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, I got distracted. What did you specialise in? Applied botany. That's plants, isn't it? Botany? Botany? Because there was a game called something botany, and it was a gardening game that I've not played yet that I really want to play. I don't think it's out yet, to be fair. I'll just go, I look forward to working together because I'm not going to tell him he's of no use. I expect you to be up for the task. Some of the layabouts Hunt hired are questionable at best. No doubt I needn't inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you that you have quite the task ahead. The rabble I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organised sort. You would not have been assigned the role otherwise. I doubt there will be much issue. We can only hope. But your role is more strenuous than it would first seem. Let me know when you're ready to depart. The less valuable time we waste here, the better. Oh, so I can look at stuff. Okay. You'll be gone for quite a while. It'll be some time before you see the city again. Ah. Talk to the young man. A young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. Ah, okay. The ship. Hunt's description of this ship was accurate. Near identical to the Viscount, bearing some modern additions. Okay. On we go then. I think we have to survive for something like 32 weeks. And week 1 on the Temperance. Oh, bloody hell, that's loud. Just like deafened myself there. Turn that down. It's so cute. It's been a month. Oh, Jesus. Hunger draws the desperate here. It's one that can't be fed. What will ye do when still hearts break and courage does abscond? I'll lead these souls, so help the gods, to the pearl beyond. Oh, okay, so that was what we wrote down last time. First mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on and 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. It's right about the ship. I've never been on a ship like this before. She's magnificent. A technical marvel. Elegant machinery expertly weaved through one of the fastest hardwood ships of its day. Reborn for this mission, breathing again with life. She's simply magnificent. I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. Such exquisite modifications to the ship mustn't have come cheap. The crew, however, are a different story. Hello, do I get anything else? Please don't tell me that it's crashed. Please don't tell me that we've crashed. Crew, however, are a different story. Oh no, I just had to hit A. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. There are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice, to pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledging dogs. This crew are a strange lot, electric as the ship itself. As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I'm not sure what to make of our leader. I've heard the rumours. Drinking, desertion. There's probably a good reason he's dressed in antiques. Yeah, despite that, I find myself warming to the man. Final. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. Okay, I'll head there now. He leaves. Oh, okay, so that's how we go again. Crow's Nest currently stands unoccupied. The scouting team are expected to join at the next port. Okay. Go and join him at the helm then. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Ah, Robin, lovely day for it, isn't it? It is indeed, Captain. Indeed. It's days like these I make sure to do my share of the sailing. He winks. Let him continue. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Did you ever take the helm in the merchant navy, or were you stuck carrying crates? Here, why don't you have a try? Okay, take the wheel. You grip the wheel of the ship and feel the weight of the waves in your arms. Oh, use L and ZR. Oh, whoa. The memory in your muscles rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. Okay. Easy. There, you have it. Captain pats you on the back. Fantastic. Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Or to zoom. Okay. Yep. Peaceful, isn't it? Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the settings menu. Okay. He takes the wheel back from you. Why will I need to pan? I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. Okay then, to the captain's cabin. God, there's so much to do. Classical painting depicting sailors doing battle with a kraken. Beautiful. An ode to an old folk story known to all Captain Seamus, or was it Hamish? Oh dear. Pristine furnished tubs secured to the floor, a luxury to be had on the ice. Oh, nice. You can have a bath. On the desk you make out a variety of papers, notes and maps. As well as a sealed letter with a stamp you recognise as the mark of the Apperton Tinning Co. The desk itself is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. Take requests. You take a seat at the end of the room. Captain joins you. Now let's run through our provisions before taking requests. Okay. To start, there's 23 souls signed onto this expedition, ourselves included. That's 16 free to be assigned to tasks if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. You are only able to deploy crew who you have discovered. They must be in good health and not otherwise deployed to another post. We'll be picking up the scouting crew at the next port. The lot of us also seem to be in good spirits. Right, okay. The expedition will end tearing itself apart if you end the week with no decorum left. Right, okay. We keep that high. We have enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency. Beautiful. If you cannot afford the minimum food rations at the end of the week, crew will become malnourished. Oh, that's not good. Unless cured, the malnourished stats will develop into scurvy, a severe status effect that prevents crew from working and will kill them at the end of a week. Oh my god. And more than enough fuel to see us there and back again. Cool, so we should be right. Colder temperatures will increase the minimum fuel required at the end of the week. If you cannot afford the minimum, crew will become freezing. Beautiful. Unless cured, the freezing status will develop into frostbite, which will then prevent them from working and kill them at the end of a week. Okay then. The sledging dogs. Well, there's still a matter of negotiation. Dogs will be needed to send sledging teams out to gather resources on the ice. Sending hunts out further requires a greater amount of dogs. They will rest and become available between the weeks. Okay. On to work. Oh my god. What do I do? Hi, Corvid. The sailor enters. We've found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I've had. Captain studies them further. You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside that crate? I did, sir. Ah, how old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I can pull my weight, sir. Do you know your jaboom from your bowsprit? I don't. What are they? I do. I learned it all from my da. Your da? He's Ward's son. Followed him on board back in the city. What should we do with him, Captain? Well, sure. Can't eyes you up. Oh god, is this Michael? He's just a kid. I really don't know what to do. He is just a child. But he knew that he knew where we were going beforehand, but is he old enough to make that decision himself? I don't want to get a kid killed. I'm going to say no. He's not staying on board. Yeah, drop them off at our next stop and leave them with enough money to catch a boat back to the city. Yeah. I didn't think it pertinent to bring any money to a frozen desert, did you? Let's hope the boy's father has enough to keep them going. The two sailors dragged the stowaway boy back below deck, taking him to see his father in the crew cabins. And what of the father? Should you drop him off the boy? Yeah, it's his son, that's for him to decide. Very well. Hopefully he doesn't care for the run to know I'm not down a sailor. Well, that matter's sorted. Okay, hello, Cordell. Have you agreed upon my conditions? A what? To the point, eh? Sure, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell is here to provide us with the kennel of hounds for the sleds. And our agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island. But you neglected to inform me that you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel, it's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. And never before has a seller made such strong demands. Okay, and what exactly are these demands? She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition as a member of the crew. None on this ship have the experience and familiarity with these dogs that I possess. If you are taking them to such a brutal location, they will need me to guide them if they are to have any chance of survival. The humans on board too, of course. Of course. You can see my dilemma, sure. Bringing on another member of the crew is a risk, but our hands may be tied. Yeah, I don't see a harm with having her with us because she'll know how to get the dogs to work and everything. So I don't see the harm in having an expert on the sled dogs. A good point, sure. He turns to her. The deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently enough to haul them. And I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Welcome aboard. Your knowledge should prove valuable. Invaluable. I have a room prepared for you. Below deck. Oh, cool. Max crew increased to 24. Nice. No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs. Oh, she's going to stay with the dogs. Okay. Hope I'm not making a mistake, sure. Oh, nice. And we have 14 dogs. Brilliant. Now that's all settled, I have one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair, you couldn't mistake them for another. Do you require me for this meeting? No, this isn't a matter the first officer needs to concern themselves with. They'll be down on the middle deck. Okay, in the meantime you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Okie dokie then. Who is that up there? Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Kasha Belford, balanced on the ship's mast with her camera, lining up a photo. I'll wait for her to finish. I don't want her to slip and fall. Snapping a shot, she clambers down, only noticing you on her landing. Oh, Officer Shaw. About time I met the first officer of this ship. Kasha Belford. Nice to meet you, Kasha. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you just cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer, Kasha Belford won the Fentler Prize, the highest honour in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of Hunt or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time on the sea like this. Yeah, her accomplishments surely outweigh. Inexperience is a matter of interest, but her accolades speak for themselves. The cold game. Picture that as a header. Let her continue. For this piece on the voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read it if the title sounds like a work of an amateur. Yeah, I'm not the creative type. I'm sure you'd know better. Kasha tilts her head and grits her teeth, holding in a debate with herself. Maybe not. How about Hunt's Incredible Voyage? Too fantastical? I suppose I'll find the right name when the time comes. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Apologies, I'm just a little excited. I've never been on a voyage like this. I suppose in your experience, the ocean is the home of the mundane. Though I suppose you've never travelled this far south on the merchant lines. You have that right. That's a shame. Looking out on that open ocean, I don't know how anyone could find it dull. It's no wonder the great explorers like Kurt Darling would always come back to it. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at the next port. I should get his picture at some point. Kasha holds up her camera with a sense of pride before holding it up to her face. Stand still, Shaw. Am I going to see what I look like yet? Captain sent me to grab a copy of the manifest. Oh, yes, I'm putting together a manifest of the crew for you. He hands you an annotated document. Here it is, the crew manifest. Okay, so there's quite a few that I have not met. And then we've got Killian. He brought in the stowaway, didn't he? And then we've got Corvid, who is the one who found the smuggler. And oh, Joseph Joe Grin. Okay. Okay. Oh, and then there's 2 engineers, 3 scientists, specialists. He's deployed. He's deployed. She's deployed. And we don't know who that... Oh, that's me. That's why I haven't got a face. That's a very good way of doing it, because Robin is a kind of general neutral name now, really. So it does make sense. Resource cards. Key items. The camera. And an accordion. Beautiful. What do I do now? How do I... Oh. There we go. It's a work in progress. The scout teams are to join us at the next port and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. I'll see what I can do. I'll not disturb you of your work any further, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers anyhow. Safe shots, officer. Don't worry. You leave her to her work. Okay. So, oh, there's something there. You spot a large man with a youthful gait, carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with relative ease. Oh, you're Officer Shaw. He gives you a bright, warming smile. 2 Johns. That's what they call me. I'm sure you'll get your nickname later. 2 Johns attempts to offer a handshake, but loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Ah, maybe later. Work awaits. Ah, so now that he's in the manifest... There he is. Cool, let's fill up this manifest. Just want to see a little bit more of the ship. You know, a bit. I like looking at the whole ship. Oh god, there's so much to do. Oh, is there nothing else to do here? Nope. Go below again. One of the crew, a red-headed man with a thick beard, sits proud playing on an ivory accordion. He spots you and ceases his playing. Need something? I'm just looking for the Stoke brothers. Emergency? Just a meeting with Hunt. You're speaking to one of them. Grimley Stoke. We'll head up after dinner. You can go now. The man gestures to the cook across the room before resuming his playing. So do I call them for dinner then? Can I add him to... Yeah, there he is. Oh, the carpenter. Ah, okay. Fair enough. The cook been added. I guess I've not spoken to the cook yet, have I? He's probably not in there yet. We need to keep the cook alive. I know that much. The crew have their meal. It passes in relative silence. Oh, okay, so you have that and then it goes into the evening. Okay. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfolded in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Oh, let's talk to a load of people. Over dinner, you overhear the stowaway speaking with a one-armed man. You'll be dropped off at the next port then. Duh, you can talk the captain into letting me stay, right? Can't talk Hunt into anything when his mind's made up. Besides, he's right. But I can help. You're lucky he didn't throw you overboard. When we make land, I'm making sure you catch a trip back home. I'll be back after this. Not soon enough. Okay. He will be just a general sailor then. Okay. Really interesting. I'm enjoying this a lot. Oh, my cabin. I have a cabin. Nice. You spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the middeck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the lights. Where was it now? He notices you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossley. Apologies, I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. It can't be hard to miss. It'll turn up eventually. I would hope so. My wife and I bought a bottle to celebrate with. To be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. Okay. But he is now added to the manifest. But he'll be under scientist. There we be. Right. What's my cabin look like? Oh, I don't want to open the journal just yet. Maybe that's like an evening thing. Oh. Okay, look at the ocean. As you look over the railing out to the ocean, a wisp of smoke flies past your face. You turn and examine and spot a sailor with a pipe in his mouth and a sheet of paper in his hand, overlooking the stirring waters. Can you not smoke on a wooden boat, please? That's not good. Not sure if you know this, but wood is very flammable. You have fire on you. Looking at something. Not many sailors can read or write. What's the letter? A letter. All you need to know. That was a bit rude of me, really. Tashi. Hi. Is it because you have a tash? After introducing himself, Tashi falls silent and begins to read the letter. Trying to draw a conversation from him may be similar to extracting teeth. Okay. That's fine. He doesn't want to chat? That's fine. There he is. Okay. Let's talk to Templeton. You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It will be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution towards the southern pole is quite the change. Yeah, I noticed you went at dinner with the others. I prefer to eat in solitude. I have my own cabin and I make use of it. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There is great expectation. Yeah, there is great expectation upon us, officer. Are you feeling the pressure, Mr. Templeton? I cannot afford to. We all have to keep our focus. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection in the ocean's surface. He looks back up at the sunset. Quite the sight, but I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer be well rested. Oh, okay, so... Oh, I didn't get to journal. And then advance into the next week we do. Okay. Oh, God. We should be alright, because we're going into port, aren't we? So we can pick up more stuff. Because it's 3 degrees, which is mighty jelly. Yeah, I think leave it at that. Runt leaves the expedition at Orca Island. The ship makes its last port at Orca Island. Cordell's sledging dogs are picked up. The scouting crew and Kurt Darling are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move further south. Okay. Let's start the new week then. Week 2. 2 weeks on the Temperance. Lovely. And it saves it to the game tree, which is perfect. Max crew is increased to 28. Perfect. We'll probably do week 2 and then I might call it. We'll see. We'll see. Because I do have to edit this and try and upload this before I go away. The upload can possibly wait until next week, but the editing cannot. Anyway, there's a rap on your cabin door. Come in. The door swings open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but filling its frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw. The ship's It's morning, mate. Where else would I be? The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. It's an honour, really. A wealth of invaluable experience in such hostile environments. I wonder he's not been swept up to some other post. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? Do you need something of me, Kurt? I'm not the sort to demand favours, Officer Shaw. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. It took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of the crew were quite eager to meet me. That's right, you're something of a celebrity, aren't you? I take that to mean you haven't heard of me before. Well, that is a pleasant surprise. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow on this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honour, is it not? I'm certain you received that praise of 10. Often. Why did I read that of 10? Often. It was one word. Not as often as you would think. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up deck. Of course, but why? We finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I'll be right behind you. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, sure. Ha. Okay, so Kurt is now added to the manifest. Not here, though. Yeah, that's him, isn't it? He's our navigator. Perfect. He leaves. Can I journal? Yeah, so we've done... Oh, okay, so that's just... Okay. We can just read that at any time. I get it. Let's leave. Oh. Doctor's office. Door remains locked. Seems the good doctor isn't in, or perhaps enjoying his sleep. You are yet to come across the ship's doctor, even after all this time. That's quite good, I hope. Mrs. Gloss. You note one of the science team returning to their room. Ah, Mrs. Gloss. Did you have a good rest? She nods to you. Ah, hello. I did not expect many to be up this early. Harriet Glossley. I believe I've met your husband. Ah, yes. Dwight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusted to the ship well. I believe a walk around the ship would help acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it will take some more time. With that, Mrs. Gloss makes her way back to her cabin. The science team aren't used to the sea, or the sailor folk. Quite the culture clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to them over time. Ha. Okay, so that's someone else added. So she's not a specialist, is she? Okay, so we've only got one more scientist left to find. I just want to go to the mid-deck, because I just want to see... Oh, everyone is still sleeping. Best not to disturb them. You don't want to find yourself dealing with an abruptly woken sailor. Let's head up deck. The sound of snoring is rather obnoxious. Okay, we'll go up to above deck. Look at that. At the stern, you notice an older sailor at the helm. The old man takes a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning. And a good morning to you. He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Oh, I have to protect Lefty at all costs. Call me that on account of, well, should be obvious. He chuckles. Don't worry about the bad side. This is all Phil. Just keeping her steady. He examines you. Surprised Hunt picked from outside for his first mate. I'm surprised as well. He seems the insular type. He is. You must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. You've got the experience, at least. Merchant Navy's quieter, though. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. Lefty returns his attention to the helm. As you get older, I suppose you learn to value the quiet moments, hey? Let us hope we're just as diligent when we're old and grey. I mean, that is true, isn't it? Like, I remember as a child, one of the worst things was having nothing to do at the weekend. Like, you'd be like, I'm so bored. And now I would literally give anything to just, like, sit there and not really do anything in particular and just sit for like half an hour, and just really just zen. Myself before you, of course. Oh, that's another sailor added. Oh, so we've only got 3 more sailors left to find. Join Kurt. Come on, Kurt. You join Kurt at the bow of the ship. You both feel the temperance break the floes below you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath rises as the ship mounts an impending ice floe. There is a moment's hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship, cascading across the ice. He exhales. See? Nothing else like it. Yeah. You weren't wrong. It's something, alright. Look at the ice. No 2 cracks are the same. All caused by us. By the laws of nature, this place wants us dead. And yet, here we are. Did you have to mention death? Traversing in harmony. Don't know how much longer that's going to be going for, mate. How fantastic is that? How far are we from land? We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Okay. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for this daylight. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, on this course it's going to get thicker. It looks out across the white. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here till the next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed Captain Hunt? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. We have enough supplies if it comes to it. It's not the supplies I'll be worried about in that situation. People will turn on each other before they let themselves starve. Have you ever experienced the long night winter? It's not pleasant to say the least. If it comes to that, we'll adapt. Can see why he hired you. You should understand, Robin. We're only as good as the unhappiest man. Yeah, I'll do what I can. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. If the person who is proficient in ice and navigating is telling us we need to change course, I'm going to listen to the man proficient in ice and navigation. Yeah. God. So then we go into the captain's cabin, I'm guessing, and do the requests again. Okay, cool. I think I'm liking this. Sure. Ready for another day of work? Did you hear, Kurtz, if I'm getting it right in it? He had a few words to share. He may have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. I've just realised I am literally blocking, when I open the map, I'm kind of blocking them. I don't know where else to go though. I'll stay where I am. But these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. I don't know, it sounded quite sensible. Anyway, back to work. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. You may have noticed the line pooling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Okay. Hello. What's your name? A short, sour-faced man in engineering clothing approaches. Are you acting daft, Hunt? Oh, beautiful. Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Sure, this is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. Hello. And an opinionated one. Beautiful. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice and you haven't assigned any extra men down on the boiler. You have your engineering team. And we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this. Sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on the matter. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1? 3? More. Okay. Is there anyone that's like... They are all sailors, aren't they? I kind of want to keep the ice savvy ones. Oh, I don't know. Some of your choices require you to sign on the manifest. In this, you may choose the amount to assign. So we've already given them Smurf. Like maybe 1 or 2 more? So he's ice savvy. So should I give them 1 more who's ice savvy? Or I kind of want to keep Lefty on the wheel. John seems good. I'll put John. 2 Johns on there. And maybe Amelia. Oh no, I deleted it. I didn't mean to. Okay, there we go. You can take 2 Johns and Corvid. You'll have to do with 2, I'm afraid. The engineer holds his tongue. Fine. But you can tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. A good spirit, that one, beneath the oil and the temper. You won't be seeing much of him, though. First burrow himself into the boiler room. Oh, I'm second-guessing everything. Captain Shaw. Hello, Kasha. A thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest, and, well, it might be too late for this now that we've already entered the ice. Out with it. I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew. For your report. Not only for my report, it would be a good reference for the manifest. Put faces to the names. Much of this crew have served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to the names. Your thoughts, Shaw? Yeah, it's a bit late, but it's now or never. May as well get it over with. Aye, a good point. But maybe you could sound a little more infused. Well, Belford, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you, Captain. In the meantime, I'll attempt to gain as many individual crew photos as I can. You're still welcome to help on that matter, Officer Shaw. I'm still trying. Right, Corvid. Captain, word's gotten round about the stowaway we removed last week. It has? Aye. And their thoughts? They aren't one bit happy, least of all his Dar. He says it wasn't right to send the boy away. Oh, okay. Only reason Ward stayed aboard was because he needed the pay. Up in arms, are they? No, they understand. Spares more food for the rest of us. Still, not a wise move to upset my crew, is it? Sure, perhaps we could consider the crew's feelings next time. I did, because of food. This is going to be really tricky. It's going to be so tricky. Good to have all that settled then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternative path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Sure, meet with him when you have the time. Changing course or not, we'll want one his scouts set up in the crow's nest. Take care of that, then you'll be done for the day. Okie dokie. Oh god, there's so much going on. Oh no, there's a sick man. Oh dear. Hello mate, are you seasick? Oh, you poor thing. You spot a youthful looking man leaning over the side of the ship, his head slumped as he looks into the icy pool below. It appears he's been visited by a spot of seasickness. I won't pat him on the back, I'll just say, are you okay? You speak out and the sickly man doesn't answer. He raises his head and turns to spot you, his eyes widening in shock as he does. A bespectacled young man, shaking with unease. He stares at you for a brief moment, a look of shame plastered upon his face. Sorry. Are you all right? Yes. Well, not really. Be honest, lad. I'm very sorry. The man turns around and hurriedly runs in the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. Oh, is he strikes me as being oh, he's not a scientist. Oh, he's a specialist. Oh, the doctor gets seasick. Oh, for God's sake. Fine. Go up to the rigging. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. Ah, no problems. He looks to you. And you are? Officer Shaw. Yourself? Blick. I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing, trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics if you're worried about my credentials. Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. Okay. She is one of the scouts? Yeah. Oh, nice. Cool. Right. Let's speak to the navigator. Send me up there. I'll get you a reading. The scientist eyes the man's cane and turns to you. I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts. The navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. Oh, scout from the nest. Yeah, let's send her to scout. She'll be good. They ascend to the nest and take a reading with the sextant. Is that the eyepiece that has like the measuring thing on the bottom? Sextant. I'm probably saying that completely wrong as well. All clear from up top. Okay. Last port you made is where it's where we picked up Kurt and the scouting team from. Whoa, and then is that where we're going? The last known location of the Viscount, your destination. There is a massive pillar of ice in the way. I would like to go around the top. There is a massive. Yeah, I do think... Oh, listening. You overhear two of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Ah, Quilsey. Have any trouble settling in? Not too bad. Can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until their work is done. Of course. I take it you had no issue settling in. Not at all. The crew are a funny lot. Old Kurt certainly caught their attention. Oh, do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Ha, perhaps. Cool, so that's all the scouts then. Lovely. Perfect. I won't go back to my cabin. I will go to the mid-deck because apparently there's something. Oh, the pumps, the pantry. Ow! The moment I enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over your officer's uniform. Heh. The hells was that? Gnomes? You wipe the flour off you before continuing. You lift a crate of tins from the shelves. Am I meant to take food? In the pumps. Okay. Look okay for now. Approach the cook. Ah, you must be sure. Seems you've met my brother already. You're in Stoke, but nobody calls me that. On this ship I'm known as Junior. Yeah, I take it you're the cook then. Aye, and a damned good one at that. Ah, one step ahead of me. If you add those tins to the hoosh, we should be good for dinner. Got anything for the hoosh? What is a hoosh? Oh, I see. Resource items may be spent here for instant effects, increasing food or changing the status of people. Oh. That's all I've got. I fed the hoosh. Can't get any more. I've already got it. Call the crew for dinner, methinks. The crew have their meal. Ah, shall we toast to the ice? Aye. The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. It will see us through the long days and the darkest nights. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfolded in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. Oh yeah, let's listen into the conversation. You notice two sailors passing by from the dinner table. How do I say that word? Inebriated sailor on wobbling legs, leaning on the shoulder of another. Has he had a bit too much to drink? Good times, good times. Or maybe not. Oh, no, he's drunk. Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker. But I'm fine. My mates can carry me. Air cavity. They can also drop you. Have two Johns carry you next time. Are you asleep? Shit. Beautiful. I love that. So who's the engineer? We met him. So we've got one more person that we've not met yet. Not met any of the engineers, apparently. And we've still got one more sailor to find. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, there's nothing else here. You overhear two engineers chatting above deck. Or rather, you overhear one engineer speaking with another. Don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. You ever see Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. He probably sleeps. Aye, Dick, it's figurative. Right. Okay, so is that my two engineers? Yep, beautiful. I would like to go round. I would like it if we could. Because otherwise I can see us getting stuck in that massive. Oh, so that's week's 1 map. Where we weren't even on the map yet. And that's week 2. We made it to port and then we've journeyed up. I think we do need to go. So where the boat is, we need to go around like the left and go around that big iceberg that's there because I don't like the look of that iceberg, you know? Oh, enter the forecastle. Hi! Oh, I didn't mean to leave. I did want to talk to you with all the dogs. Oh, I've added her to the manifest now. That was probably the other specialist one. Yeah, there she be. She's also ice savvy. Nice, we've got a lot of ice savvy people. The dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bow in hand. The largest joins her side as you approach. Try some. I've already eaten. There. She takes a sip herself without hesitation. Penguin, some blubber, fats and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Was there something you needed? Just inspecting the animals. They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their pores as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. Strong creatures. Very. They handle stress differently, adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them. Who's that beside you? Stanbury! Oh, Stanbury. Oh, you love these animals. They need me, and you'll need them. Oh, I can pet him? Oh, he barks at me and moves behind its master. He didn't love me. Okay, so it only says you can leave once you've pretty much done everything then. Doesn't it really? That's good. I like that, though. Right. Maybe we will do week 3. Who knows? Right. Yeah, so half the fuel. No, I don't want to do high. When do I get more, though? I don't want to decrease. We'll do that, I think. Yeah. Do we get more fuel and food? Another week passes. The temperance has finally entered the thick ice leads. The days grow ever brighter. Did we change course? I'm really concerned now that we didn't change course. Really concerned. I'm going to do another week. Let's do another week. Let's do it. Okay. Oh god, I don't like the amount of ice that is up here. So where are we now? Right in the middle of the big ice thing. Did we not listen to him? Oh, we are so in trouble. Oh, and you can see the ice growing. Oh, we are going to be so stuck. We are going to be so stuck. Oh, I'm not enjoying this. Okay. Right, we need more of everything. Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Oh, you might just wait for him. What's happened? Are we... Don't tell me we're stuck. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be... We are, aren't we? We're stuck in the ice. What in the... Well, I was worried about this. Oh, look at that ice. We could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures, as if we didn't have enough bother. Well, no need mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Sure, check the boiler room. I'm sure the moleman has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone. We'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work. We have very little of anything. Where are we headed? The boiler room. Oh, boiler's over here. Ship stuck them. If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. How? We didn't cross paths. Don't ask me. I'm going to check with my brother. Going to take some coal. Nice. Okay, so now I'm entering the thing. Approach 2 men. Ah, if I've made any errors, I'd tell you. It's secured, don't you worry. They'll notice you. Am I interrupting? Not anymore, then he's interrupting my work. I am ensuring that the boiler was not damaged in the sudden commotion. And I told you that if it was, you'd already know. I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if the furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but you're only one man, with just a pair of engineers as assistants. Just looking at the number of valves, this seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe your bloody benefactor should have considered that. I've gotten used to it by now. It will hold, trust me. I will. Well, I will have to, won't I? Don't fancy staying on the ship longer than necessary. It's imperative we break free from the ice as quick as possible. Hammond eyes you, a grimace on his face. First mate's here, but where's the one who got us into this bloody mess? He's a difficult one to find. Indeed he is. I have a suspicion as to where he may be now. We're on a ship, an unmoving one at that. The man cannot simply disappear. If he's anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find the man, give him an earful on my behalf. I can't do it myself, too busy keeping us alive. Templeton gives a nod. I believe you and I both owe our good captain a visit, Shaw. But you should call the crew for dinner first. Routine is important, especially now. Not before we've fed this furnace. Oh, don't worry, I've got some coal. Coal goes in, we stay alive. Yeah, we're not going to raise the heat because no one is freezing yet, so it's not going to give us much, but it'll give us some. Do you think I can up the food already? Can I grab another thing of coal? No, that's it. Okay. You emerge mid-deck to find the crew readying themselves for dinner, despite the ice. Some seem nervous, others as if nothing has changed at all. Can I help with food again? Yes, it's one a day. Right, so we're going to have to remember this. Feed the hosh pot. Call the crew for dinner. The crew have had their meal. The dinner is shared. Oh. The crew return to their posts and hammocks are unfold. Still bright light outside. You didn't see him either. He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery bastard. What are you thinking, Hunt? I want to know where the bloody captain's gone. I'm going to speak to Kurt. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Ah, sure. I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seems Hunt's holding himself up inside. Maybe if you had a word with our good captain, he'd be willing to lend a hand. I mean, it's bad, isn't it? Like, and I feel that with, like, most places of business, like, with anything really. Like, if you're working for this company and you want this company to do really well, to me it seems like I personally always feel like going above and beyond for people when they kind of like I feel like doing favours for my manager when my manager has done favours for me, kind of thing. So like seeing like, so like I've worked in nurseries where management, one of my previous jobs, I worked in a nursery where I was feeling so sick. I was probably only about 18 or 19 at the time, and basically I had the flu, and I came into work and just kind of, it got to about 12 o'clock, it got to about lunchtime. I'd done a whole morning and I just went into the office and I was just sobbing. I was just like, I can't work. And their manager and the deputy manager were both sat in that office and they went, well, there's no one to cover you. And there was two of them sat in the office, and I understand that they have to do work, but I would have felt a lot better if one of them had gone, we can cover you for the afternoon. Like, I'd come in and I tried the morning and like literally like, so then the next time I felt ill, I rang them as soon as I could, which is what they asked of us at the time. And I rang them and I was like, I'm not going to be able to come in today. I feel really sick, feel really unwell, whatever. And then when you come back from work after being ill, they have to do like an interview to make sure that, basically for their records, so that you're not just being like, oh, I had this, you know. So then, like, if you've had like 3 sickness bugs on the trot, they'll be like, maybe you should go and see someone, you know. But they asked me, they were like, what was it? And I was like, it was flu. Pretty sure it was flu. My dad has had it all week, and I've caught like a tail end of it. And I was only off for 2 days. Like, I wasn't off, you know, like I'd worked up until I felt really rough, and then the minute I started feeling better, I did go back into work. So it wasn't as if I was off for a very, very long period of time. But they did kind of turn to me and they were like, did you go to the doctors? And I said, well, no, because when you look on the NHS website, which is what we as a nursery go by, all nurseries go by the NHS website quite often, it says don't come in if you've got flu because we can't do anything for you. And I explained this to them, and the woman went, right, so self-diagnosed then. And I remember feeling so agitated. I did leave shortly after these incidents because it just, Like, there was no, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of thing. Like, yeah. Like, at least where I'm working now, management muck in. If it's really that bad, management will be like, we can cover in the room for 2 hours, or we can, it just, it really got to me. Like, and it's always like, I don't know, I find that. So I get why everyone's really... Is that a body in the bathtub? I was informed that he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? He has to be in here. Check under his desk. I know where he is. I can see the lake hanging out the bathtub. I highly doubt he's cowering beneath the table, sure. Oh my god. The captain's laugh rings out from behind the door. Captain watches you both, his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. Is he drunk? You are a surprisingly difficult man to get hold of, Hunt, seeing that this is your ship. Ha, I know it well. Hunt's eyes turn to you. I believe you two are already acquainted. How long have you been drinking? I don't suppose you care to join? Hunt shakes his hip flask as he holds it out, whiskey sloshing and spilling from the top. And what of you, Shaw? I can't tempt you with some sweet nectar? I don't drink. And you don't care to humour me this once? Ah well, your loss. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this? This ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice. It's my ship now, is it? And what do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out? You could have heeded Kurt's warning. Ha, Kurt. Are you still hanging on his word? I mean, he was right about this. You would have some luck relying on that old lout. He's a man chasing a spotlight, nothing more. There is no safe passage here. This was always going to happen. Mr. Hunt. Captain. If you are not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we can continue in the morning. And abandon my duty? No captain who would do that is a fit captain, wouldn't you agree? Well... No, not you. Sure, isn't that right? What do you think makes for a good leader? Yes, I was thinking so. Oh. Yes, sobriety for a start. Huh. He sips at his drink. But I'm serious, Shaw. No, I'm pretty serious too. To you, what makes a good leader? We don't have time for... In a word, then, what makes... Understanding, I think. Understanding. Explain. Yeah, the ability to adapt to your crew. Yeah. Understand the individual needs that make up the whole. And if those needs conflict... It's all well and good to think you can bend and twist and please everyone. Do you think you could balance that? I mean, I've been doing pretty good so far, I think. Scorn a man one day, then appease him the next. Do you think that balances out? Which is he more likely to remember? Speaking in platitudes will do you no good. A good leader is something more than a single rule you were told to follow. When you see one, you just know. You have wasted enough time pinning philosophical. Oh, my apologies. I asked the real questions. Sure, look at where we are. Do you honestly think we're going to survive this? I have no doubt we will. Well, I suppose someone has to carry faith with them. Captain laughs. Sure. Nobody knows we're out here. That doesn't leave this room. No. Wouldn't want to upset your employer. Our benefactor. I really want to know who this benefactor is. We all want to be paid after this, don't we? Enough. If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you should not have agreed to it. You shouldn't be... None of us should be here. Old Kurt paid handsomely to join. You're just a botanist sent to keep an eye on me. Our doctor, ha. And then there's me. What are we actually searching for? Hunt chuckles, gesticulating mockingly with his hands. Ghosts. Templeton opens the door. The captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's of sound mind. Are we chasing dead men? Chasing dead men. A clear mission. Changes nothing. Only right to tell you. Go on now, sure. I'll be alright here. You're in your bathtub, sir. I take it there's nothing else we can do. Because it's telling me to go to bed. Oh, everything's gonna fall to piss, isn't it? Can I do anything else with the kitchen and the... No, see, I can't go in them now. I can't go in the furnace either. Okay. I wondered if I could add more in, like, each different timestamp. Right, okay, we'll leave it at that then. Oh. You awake to a room awash with green. There is a loud banging on your door and a familiar voice speaks from behind the wood. Sure, are you in there? Sure. Hammond, what's going on? Why is everything green? Never mind the green. The boiler's in serious trouble. Pumps need manned and we need to stop the whole system overheating. And I don't need to tell you if the furnace goes, we go. Lead the way then. Not a moment to spare. Right, let's move. We need to find the captain, now. Do you know what, mate? It's probably best we don't get the captain. He's probably got a serious hangover right now. Like, serious. Oh my god. The ice is engulfing us. Oh, it's the aurora lights. The lights of the aurora flicker all over the pale ice. That's so pretty. Anyway, we're on the way to find the captain. Where is the captain? Nothing. Visibly perturbed, he takes a moment to compose himself. Even the tub is empty. Why would you expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl himself into bed earlier. What? Hammond turns to you. All right, Shaw. Captain's missing. You're in charge. Good to hear. Don't get a big head about it. Yes, indeed. I'm not. Trust me, we're better off without the other guy. The crew is no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared, confused. It's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order. Hammond glares at Templeton. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room, now. We've already wasted enough time looking for that bastard Hunt. If you storm down to that room, all you'll be doing is inciting a panic. We need to calm the fears of the crew, maintain an air of focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, to assure them we know how to remedy this matter. You do know how to remedy this matter, Mr. Hammond? Aye. And we need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid sailor's feelings. We've got a bloody ship to save. Well, it's as you said. Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours. Yeah, we've got to go to the boiler. Hammond is right. We can't waste any more time. The boiler won't wait for us. Fine. I'll keep the crew at bay then. Come on, don't worry about him. Let's go. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Let's go to the boiler. Oh. As more the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, the whispers begin. Soon the crew pick up the pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Speak to Kurt. Kurt approaches. Boiler trouble, I take it. I'll lend a hand. Not when you're walking with that cane, you're not. I have enough strength to... Go tell the crew to hit the lower decks, as many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. You descend the ladder. Ahead you can see the brothers trying to open the door to the hold. Trying to get in? Same, door's stuck. Pull harder, you bastards. We need to get in there. Yeah, we need to keep the furnace alight. The metal door unsticks. Grimly looks to you before darting off into the dark. Where's that bloody idiot running off to? To sound the alarm. Bloody hells. Let's get moving. You enter the boiler room. As you enter, Hammond's engineering team are hard at work. The larger of the two engineers loses grip of their valve as steam begins to shoot out, causing Hammond to dash forward. Watch it. Hammond tackles the engineer to the ground, saving him from a nasty steam burn. Made it just in time. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping. We need to avoid a water hammer or we won't be making it off the ship. Sure. The rest of the crew aren't here. Grab a valve and start turning. Which valve? I'll do this one. You grab a valve and begin turning, trying all you can to keep the water at bay. Pump. You feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. Have we done it? -10. Oh god. The furnace rumbles and splutters, hemorrhaging fuel. You keep turning, doing the best you can to keep the pressure at bay. You could be at this for hours. Shit, where's the rest of the crew? Oh, thank God. Brought help. Beautiful. We are completely out of fuel. Get me coal and turn those valves. Right, I will go and get the fuel. Hopefully, I need more than one stack, to be fair. Oh, yeah. Oh, Oh, so I can... Yeah. All of you get coal. They get to work. Cool. Feed the furnace. Oh god, I'm glad I figured that out. Right, I'll do a valve. Oh! I just put someone on it, okay. Not the one with one arm. Yeah. Okay, grab the valve. This is quite cool actually, I'm enjoying this. And then we'll do cavity. They grab the valve. With enough hands working on the boiler, you begin to fight back the potential water hammer. Someone's going to have to hold the furnace in place. Oh shit. Come on then, Harold. Lefty approaches the furnace. The room shakes. Water hammer. Oh! Oh no! It subsides as they riff in agony. Oh god. You keep up the work, shifting the valves until the boiler room is fully calmed. The ship is saved. You won't be sinking today. As the crew give assistance to the wounded Turner, you feel your muscles tense. You fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lay back, all you can hear are a pair of panicked voices. Where the hell is Captain Hunt? He's gone. Oh my god. Yeah, we can't do normal because that... Or can we do normal? Yeah, let's do that. And I can't do normal food rations. No, that's fuel. Yeah, half food, but normal fuel. The Temperance is safe from sinking. The aurora passes, leaving only the bright light and white. My god, so that was 1 week. Wow. This is insane. I am going to leave it here though. Hopefully. There we go. Oh, saved. If I exit, that's fine because we've not started this week. That was The Pale Beyond. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I found that really cool. I love kind of management type games and kind of strategy based stuff. I don't always get it first time, but I definitely do enjoy exploring those sorts of environments and then trying it different ways if it doesn't first succeed. But I thought this would be cool. As I say, it's been out on Steam since February, so it's been out for a while. But it launched on Nintendo just a few days ago when recording this, so just over a week if you're watching well, you will be watching when it's uploaded. So it's been out for just over a week for you guys. I'm really enjoying it so far. I got it on sale. I don't know if it will still be on sale when you guys come to do it or anything. But I don't usually go, well, Baldur's Gate has kind of taken over my life. And whenever I'm not doing stuff for YouTube, I am playing Baldur's Gate. And like the way in which you can get the fighting sorted, like you might not get it the first time round, but then you're like, oh, well, if I rest before this fight, and then if I use these tactics instead of these tactics. So I thought it'd be like that. In terms of how long this game takes to complete, it is a mixture between like 9 hours and like over 20 hours, depending on how often you fail and bits and pieces like that. So, we will see. Apparently it saves as a tree. Yeah, so you can pick what week to continue from. So I'm guessing we can do that kind of when we die. I'm guessing we can go back to the week prior and start again. So that would kind of keeps it down a little bit, which would be quite nice. But I have really enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed this game and I've enjoyed playing it, and I hope you guys have too. Sound is amazing. At some points I think it's really quiet at times, and then at other times it's like in your face. So I've got to see how loud it is. But yeah, so this video, so hopefully on Saturday, there will be kind of an extra video out, which will be me sitting down. I'll still be a tiny little face in the corner, but it'll be me sitting down going through kind of Steam pages and like website pages for games that I played at EGX that I thought were really good. I'm a bit nervous to do that video, to be fair. It's very different from sitting and actually playing a game and talking about it. So maybe we'll have the video as mentioning the games, and then as the games come out or as demos are released and things like that, we'll get stuck in and then you guys can see them a bit better. But I'm really enjoying this game, and I was so like on the fence. I was like, I've just bought this game and I don't know if I'm going to be any good at it, but it seems to be going all right. I'm feeling quite happy with it, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. I will leave it there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.